Today, I'm going to be talking about Looksmaxxing. Recently, anywhere I go online, I can't escape it, dude. I can't escape Looksmaxxing. Whether that's Clavicular getting frame-mogged by an ASU Frat Leader, or the #2 ranked Chad shockingly being revealed as bald, it's literally almost my entire timeline, alright? I get some other things as well, but that's irrelevant right now. So what is Looksmaxxing? Basically, it's where the main focus of your life is to maximize your looks, which is gay. This is all very gay, actually. But I'm in desperate need of some Looksmaxxing, all right? I'm fat, it's not good, so I'm gonna keep looking into this. So there's two separate categories when it comes to Looksmaxxing. You have softmaxing, which is basically where you take a shower, wipe your butthole, and stop being a fat, disgusting freak. And then you have hardmaxing, which is like plastic surgery, taking steroids, and bone smashing. That's right, bone smashing. I think you guys have heard that term. That's where you take a hammer and repeatedly smash your jawline until you turn into handsome Squidward. And doesn't everyone want to look like handsome Squidward, alright? That's obviously every woman's dream. There's also a lot of other terms that originate from this world. You guys have heard of mogging, right? M-O-G, mogging. It's where you dominate someone in some way. Well, there's actually different types of mogging. There's face mogging, which is where you're so much more handsome than another guy that just everyone knows he's beneath you. And then there's, you know, the famous frame mogging, which is basically where you look more like a Dorito than someone else. That's all it is. To be honest, you can kind of throw anything in front of the word mogging and it's gonna make sense. I know Clavicular was talking about being piss mogged, which is just when someone peed on him. I don't understand why that's a good thing, but apparently piss mogging is part of this world. It's all kind of German in a way, if you think about it. Both in the eugenics sense and in the way that they just structure their words. So why is this trending right now? Well, there's this streamer that you guys have heard of. His name's Clavicular. He's kind of blown up in the last few months. The way I would describe him is he's basically the Neil deGrasse Tyson of Looksmaxxing. He's a popularizer. His backstory is a little bit weird. According to him, he started injecting himself with testosterone when he was 14 years old. He was also kicked out of college for having steroids in his dorm. Now, those all sound like bad ideas, but he's making 100K a month, so I'm just gonna say he knows something that we don't. He's doing everything right, clearly. I can't even get to 500 subscribers, dude. I think I need to start Looksmaxxing instead of Jester-maxing, dude. This is not working out for me very well. But basically, the moment Clavicular started taking off in the algorithm is during the Cybertruck Incident. That's basically when he ran over a guy with a Cybertruck. Right after he runs him over on stream, he says out loud that he hopes the guy's dead. And then somehow he just got away with the whole thing, presumably because he's handsome. I don't know if that last part is true, but I'm just gonna go with it, alright? Nothing else makes sense. So Clavicular has kind of made this whole thing mainstream, and a lot of people are kind of conflating it with the red pill space. Now, don't get me wrong, those two things are definitely similar, but red pill is more about like status and money, whereas Looksmaxxing is it's part of the Blackpill ideology, which is more about like genetics and looks specifically. But basically, you start at subhuman, you have your low tier normie, you have your mid tier normie, which is perfectly average, and then you have high tier normie, Chad Light, and Chad. Now, according to these guys, apparently there's some mathematical ratios on your face in terms of your bone structure, and it determines your objective harmony ratios, and that's how you determine if a guy is hot or not, which is very important. You know, every straight guy, you have to assess whether other men are hot or not. That's all you should be doing, actually. That should be your full-time job. Now, despite this kind of doomer outlook about how your genetics really can cap you from improving beyond a certain point, Clavicular still sells consultations on Looksmaxxing. He makes 100K a month, which is insane, obviously, and part of that is from this Discord server he has. It's private, called Clavicular's Clan. I did end up joining just today, and I noticed that Benjamin Netanyahu is an active participant, which is always good to see. So basically, there's a part of this clan where you pay Clavicular some money, he takes a look at your face and determines if you're hot or not. Again, this is all very gay, but I think I could use some Looksmaxxing, alright? I need some advice. I might have to pay Clavicular to have him take a look at me. Honestly, I think I'm probably subhuman right now, but I'm trying to get up to at least mid-tier normie, so let's see if he can give me a review. So earlier in this video, I mentioned how there's soft-maxing and hard-maxing, and I think the way these consultations work, these workshops, whatever you want to call them, is that he recommends you soft-max first. So for example, I'm subhuman, I'm fat, can't really see my jawline. So what he would recommend, I think, is that I should lose a bunch of weight, lift weights, see what I look like underneath all this fat, and then after I can see like my genetic base, how my bone structure structure looks. Then he would recommend double jaw surgery, like limb lengthening sometimes, bone smashing. That's kind of where it falls off the rails, I think. The whole thing is like kind of an interesting like evolution from the red pill stuff, you know? Like all the Andrew Tate stuff was about how like you got to get enough money to buy a Bugatti and then no one will ever reject you again. And then this stuff is all like kind of the complete opposite, but still kind of parallel to it, where it's like you just have to be so hot, dude. You have to get so hot that you look gay, and then everyone will just want you forever, apparently. I think that's how it works. Anyway, that's this video. I'm gonna go softmax now. I've got a lot of softmaxing to do, so I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.